Coming up next on Columbus Connections, we have interviewed several great artists from the city, and we're going to bring you another one. Stay tuned. Welcome to Columbus Connections. I am your host, David Britton. Today we're going to be talking about artists in our great city. Now, you may not know it, but Columbus, Georgia is a hotbed for many things, sports, music, and particularly in music. One, you go all the way back to Ma Rainey and the Dallas Austins and several great musicians that come from right here in Columbus, Georgia, from the Chattahoochee Valley. Well, we have another one for you, and he's new, so you get to see him before he gets, here's what we do. We wait till people get all big and famous and doing their thing, then we want to act like we went to school with them and know them and knew them. But when people are coming up, you don't support them as much. So you're going to hear his music, because I know you want to see how good is he really. Well, I've heard some of his music, sounds good, we're going to interview him. His name is C. Ross, or Cross, and I know most artists don't like to be put in a box, but for argument's sake, what would you term that your music would be?
Inspirational music.
Inspirational, got you. And how long have you been doing music?
Been doing music, oh man. I started recording when I was 12. And I've been writing since then.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So since I was about 12 years old, I've been singing since I could talk. So coming up in school, I was in the chorus, singing at church, and whatnot.
So music is life to you. That's your calling. That's your gift.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you sing and you rap.
Yes.
Right.
So the rapping came along when I moved to Atlanta, my junior year in high school, and just living in Atlanta, listening to T.I. and different artists up there, Pastor Troy, Lecrae, different artists, really picked up in hot Atlanta, the rapping and producing. So it became an extension of what you do. And you produced it. We're gonna listen to one of your tracks later on, but you produced it. When did you start making music? Yes, sir. So I started playing the piano. I'm self-taught on the piano by watching YouTube. When I was about 16 years old, there was a void at the church, and they said, we need a keyboard player. And I asked my pastor, can I do it? I can do it. Wow, so you went on YouTube and just taught yourself how to play keyboard? Absolutely, nice. Yes, sir. Nice. So that whole week I practiced, and then the next following Sunday I was there playing. And from there, I started producing. Once I learned the piano, and I translated what I learned into the programs like FL Studios and Pro Tools, and I've been using it ever since. Right. So you're making music, you're creating music, you're performing, you've made projects, you've done CDs. Where are you looking to go with it? Oh man, we want to take it to the moon, man, everywhere, all around the world. I mean, I want everybody to have the chance and the opportunity to hear what we have to say. As big as we can take it. Yeah. As big as we can take it. Right. Now let me ask you this. You're certainly not the only artist. They say, talk about how the music industry is just full of talent and full of people. What sets you apart, or what is it do you think about yourself that puts you in the light to that will propel you forward? What sets me apart from most artists, I think, is the fact that I play, sing, rap, I write songs, and I produce. So it brings different elements for a live performance. So when I'm live, I bring instrumentalists. Yeah. I bring the saxophone, I bring keys, and then also I rap. And so we have jazz incorporated with it as well, but it's all, at the end of the day, it's all 100% I'm dedicated to inspiration and inspiring others. And why that? You're musical and you're a musician, and another stigma is that a lot of inspirational artists are just using that lane because that's what they see as an easier lane. What makes you say, I'm going to take my music and use it specifically for inspirational purposes? Well, I started off singing R&B music. And when I was 16 years old, I had a song on the internet with over 100,000 views, and I was flown to New York, Atlantic Records. I've been to California, met with different executives, and I've had the opportunities to sing that type of music. But when I was going out and performing the songs, there was something missing. And I was thinking to myself, basically, they're not getting anything but a feeling. I want to give folks more than a feeling. I want to give them a message.
Gotcha.
And give them something they can resonate with, something that can help build them. Because you're either adding to or taking away. And I want to add to people's lives, bring inspiration and happiness and wonderment within music. And so in doing that, I'm already a church boy. So I grew up in the church, and it's just always been a part of me. I said, man, my first solo project, I need to dedicate this to God, because without him, none of this is possible.
Gotcha. Is it harder to stay in that lane when there's so much of the world out there, and it seems so much easier to do other genres? And not to say that you have to always, when you say inspirational, it's not, you can take that and inspire many different ways. It doesn't have to be that one box of how church music should be.
Absolutely.
And artists like Lecrae show that. But is it harder to stay in that lane, or is that just, that's where you're at, so that's where you're staying?
Absolutely. It's not that it's harder to stay in that lane or to not go in that direction. It's more about what's from the heart and what's real. This music that we have on this album is real. What we're doing now, it's soul music, really. It's really from the heart and soul. So artists like Lecrae, dope, great artist. And he definitely inspired me on the rapping side. As far as what to talk about, what not to say. Don't use this word, use that word.
So it's from the heart, so it's that, there it is in itself.
Right.
The heart that's what's guiding you to what you're making.
Right.
So which keeps it authentic.
It's authentic, and it's more challenging, especially coming from a different genre.
Yeah.
And when you force yourself to, hey, I'm not gonna curse on the music, or I'm not gonna say that word anymore on the music, it makes it more challenging, because then you have to write a replacement.
Right.
You have to work on it a little bit more, a little bit harder.
Right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to check out one of your songs. Tell us about the song. Let me make sure I have the title right. It's You Are Love?
You're someone beautiful.
Someone beautiful.
Someone beautiful.
But a part of that is saying that you are loved. Tell us about that song and what led you to write that.
Yes. Actually, I didn't write that song. Minister Garvin wrote the song, and he brought it to me. I had no idea that he wrote songs. And I had a track already for it, but as I was reading the words, I said, man, this is beautiful, this is wonderful. And we incorporated the theme with the writing. It just came out way better than what I expected it.
Yes. Yes.
So it's just about knowing that God created us, and we're perfectly and wonderfully made, no matter who we are, no matter what our genetical disposition or where we come from or where we are at this current place in life. Know and trust that God created someone beautiful. So that's the inspiration behind that song.
All right. And we're going to check it out right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Bicycles are fun at any age. Just remember the rules of the road when you're out enjoying a bike ride. And motorists, when you're sharing the road with cyclists, use caution and give at least 3 feet when passing. Bicycles are safe, fun, and sensible. When you ride, be visible, be predictable, and be alert. You'll have a safe ride and a great time. Let's get there together, Georgia. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety and Georgia Bikes.
Someone beautiful. I am someone someone great. He created someone wonderful. I am someone great. Some days when I wake up and my back's against the wall. Trouble seems to overtake me and tries to imprison me behind this prison wall. It is then I look to the hills which my help comes from. No one sees to help me except God's begotten Son. Jesus tells me I will overcome. Then he tells me to pray thy kingdom come. I am someone beautiful. I am someone great. He created someone wonderful. I am someone great. Before I walk with Jesus, I walk by myself. Walked in darkness without any help. Now that I walk with Jesus, my sins are gone. Jesus for forgiving me, and I've been reborn. My sins have been forgiven. Forget the past and start living. I am someone beautiful. I am someone great. He created someone wonderful. I am someone great. I am someone beautiful. I am someone great. He created someone wonderful. I am someone great.
Welcome back to Columbus Connections. We are talking to artist C. Ross. You just saw his performance. Tell us about the song again and that inspiration from that song.
Yes. What inspired me for Someone Beautiful is just knowing that we're wonderfully and perfectly made. Mm-hmm. God made us specific and scientific. I mean, we're uniquely and wonderfully made.
Right, and that's from, like you said, it's an inspirational song, and that's the type of music you do. Now, where is that going to be on an album, or how can people get a hold of that?
So it's going to be on the album Under Construction.
Okay.
That's the name of the album.
Can I see that? Can I see it?
Yes, sir. And yes, it's my production company, Jacoby Music. We're presenting my first solo album,
Gotcha.
Under Construction.
Gotcha. We actually have some of that album, so let's go ahead and play that. Let's cue up. And the song Under Construction is a song on the album.
Yes, sir. It's number 4.
So we're going to check that out, Under Construction.
When my feet hit the floor, I give him thanks. Things are falling in place. I'm climbing up the ranks.
Nice. So this is on. Tell us the title Under Construction and the song Under Construction. How did that come about?
Oh, so I had the track. I made the track years ago, but I really couldn't get the words to really fall in place like I wanted to, and I called my brother, Blue. I called him Brother Blue. I said, Blue, help me out, man. I need your help. So he came over and he was coming up with a melody. I was saying, man, we need something about work in progress or, something to that degree. And he came up with Under Construction, and I was like, this goes with the theme of everything that we're going through as Christians, as everyday people. Right. In general, we're all under construction.
Right.
No one is perfect. So this album is it's showing, and the song itself is showing me in the making, the things that I go through.
Gotcha.
There's a line in the song that's saying, they say the secular and gospel is all one and the same. The spirit is weak. The spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. Mm-hmm. Which one do you tame? So it's just deep jewels and messages that really encompass everything that I've gone through on both sides.
Nice.
So we're still all under construction.
Nice. And you have a whole team with you. There's some people that you don't see off camera, but tell us about your team and how they come into play with everything.
Yes, my team consists of my wife, my beautiful wife, newly married, been married 6 months now, and She just keeps me smiling from ear to ear. She's always by my side, supporting me, assisting me. And I have Garvin Gorey as well. And you can reach out for him for booking information as well as production.
Oh yeah, give us all your information. We want to know, how can we find you? Where's the album? When's the album come out? How can they book you? Go and tell us all of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the album will be dropping in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we're looking at May 24th.
Okay.
And so for all updates, go to C Ross Music, MUSIQ. So it's CROSSMUSIQ.com for all updates. And then from there, you will find links to my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and other social media.
So C Ross Music, CROSSMUSIQ. CROSSMUSIQ.
Yes, sir. And go to iTunes, go to Spotify, go to ChrisRossMusic.com, CRossMusic.com. Get your pre-orders.
Gotcha. Tell it before we're gonna close out with another one of your songs, "Champions for Christ." But in one phrase or in one quick synopsis, tell us why you do what you do.
Dedication. I do this because I'm dedicated to the craft. I'm dedicated to music and making the world a better place, helping folks who are going through different things. We're all going through something. And I know music is therapy for me. And I know it's therapy for other people. Mm-hmm. And I know that this soul music, this inspirational music that we have under construction can inspire folks to really dance, have a good time, to praise God in the process, and still be trending. So that's why I do it. Gotcha. Dedication.
There you have it. We're going to check out his song, "Champions for Christ." Remember, I am one of the first people who got to interview him, so when he gets all big and gets all around the world, remember who told y'all about him. C. Ross, Chris Ross, C. Ross Music. Let's check him out. Let's support him. Under construction. Thanks for watching Columbus Connections.
Yeah. We need to walk by faith and not by sight. Possess the land, champions for Christ. We need to walk by faith and not by sight. We need to possess the land, champions for Christ. Pull up, we gon' fight. Pull up, we gon' fight. Pull up, we gon' fight. Champions for Christ. Pull up, we gon' fight. Pull up, we gon' fight. Pull up, we gon' fight. Champions for Christ. Let's love God with our heart and soul. As a Christian, this never gets old. Saints, let's walk by faith and not by sight. Let's be champions for Christ. Let's put the devil on a flight. No longer walk in the night. We are children of the light. Let's be champions for Christ. We need to walk by faith and not by sight. Possess the land, champions for Christ. We need to walk by faith and not by sight. We need to possess the land, champions for Christ.